Mastering your Virgin Voyages cruise starts at hour 0 when you arrive at the port. If you're driving, pay the extra few bucks a day and park at the official parking lot. Those off-site parking lots have a small issue with cars not always being there when you get back from your trip. Think about it. Thieves know that your car's there for about a week, and they know that security is pretty lax. The official port garages are patrolled by security. They offer shuttle services, and they're just minutes from the terminal. Yeah, you might pay $50 more, but you'll also find your car waiting in your spot when you return and not somebody else's. Congratulations, you've just mastered hour 0. 3 more to go. Ahoy sailors, my name is Rob and I'm here to tackle Virgin Voyages one topic at a time. Welcome to OVT. So understanding many of you Uber over to the port and don't drive, the hour 0 tip for you is to arrive at the port no more than, let's say, 15 minutes before your check-in time. I just talked about this in my last episode. It's really rare for cruise lines to let you embark early, so avoid the lengthy wait at the curb and arrive just a little bit earlier than on time. When you get there, have your app open as you unload your bags. It'll help speed things up with the porters. And if you're sailing on Virgin Voyages, remember, you don't need luggage tags. They'll get your cabin number from your app and they'll put the tags on for you. Tip the porter a couple of bucks a bag so they actually make it to your cabin and move on. Find your arrival line, or hopefully because you're right on time, you can just walk straight up to check-in. Have your passport out to speed things up. Don't have a passport? Well, that might not be the masterful move, but have your original birth certificate and photo ID ready. If I had $1 for every time I saw people doing that "where's my ID" dance, I'd have a lot of dollars. Make your way up the catwalk and have the camera open on your phone because let's be honest, we all want that picture of the ship and then another one of the roundabout when we get on board. And we don't want the passengers behind us to grumble while we futz around trying to get it open. If you had any issues with your dinner reservations, or if you got times that you didn't like, just make a beeline and head right over to Razzle Dazzle on deck 5. The manager of the eateries will be there, and they'll be able to make all your reservations right there. Every minute counts though, so heading straight there is definitely the pro move. If you've gotten all your reservations in advance, or even once you've done this last step, head right up to your cabin. Unlike most other cruise lines, on Virgin, your cabin is waiting for you. Open your door and watch the curtains sweep open automatically if you're in a sea terrace cabin. Go check it out and do your happy dance. We all do that happy dance. Put your carry-on bags down and ignore that TV. Sure, you have a muster drill video to watch, but you're a pro and you know better than to waste your time watching it in your cabin. Make your way up to deck 16 and grab a bao bun or a poke bowl at Sun Club Cafe to satisfy those hunger pangs. Or why don't you head down to deck 7 and make your way over to the dock at the back of the ship for some really incredible tapas. The hack here is that while you're enjoying a bit of food and drink, you can play the muster video on your phone. Just remember that all passengers need to watch it and they do track completion. So make sure that everyone in your cabin does it. I hope you can admit this is way better than sitting in your cabin to watch the video. While sitting and enjoying your snack, you can also use the app to book fitness classes or other special classes before they fill up. I did the shot-for-shot class on my last sailing, and I highly recommend it. We had a lot of fun. We learned some new techniques and got 4 drinks in our bellies. I'd say that it was $50 very well spent. Of course, the next step is to find your muster station and tap your bracelet to confirm that you completed the muster drill. And then all of the admin stuff is done and you can go and explore the ship. Before sharing the other things that you can do to master your embarkation day, while not new to cruising, I am a pretty new YouTuber, so if you'd be willing to hit the subscribe button down there, that one right down over there, I'd be grateful. And maybe that like button as well. Thank you in advance. Let's get back into it with a little tour of the ship so that you can get your bearings. Start with decks 5 to 7, where you can see things like Sailor Services, Razzle Dazzle, Pink Agave, and Redemption Spa on 5. You want to book a spa treatment or the thermal suite, now's the perfect time to do it because those all book up pretty quickly. On 6, you'll see the other eateries like The Wake, Extra Virgin, and Test Kitchen, as well as the Manor, the Red Room, the Casino, and all the great things in the roundabout. And then up on 7, you can check out the Social Club and the Free Arcade, which is so much fun. The Loose Cannon, the Pizza Place, and Grounds Club, where we go to get our lattes every morning. You'll also spot Lick Me Till I Scream. Warning, you may spend a little bit more time here than you'd like. As well as Sip Champagne Lounge, and even the Groupie, where you can book private Japanese-style karaoke rooms. I know people who have cruised on Virgin several times and still don't know where to find the Groupie, so this little tour really does make sure that you don't miss anything that you'd like to do while on board. Next, burn off the calories that you're no doubt going to consume on your cruise and walk up to the 15th deck if you're able. If not, there's no shame in taking the elevator up. But up here, you'll find the galley, which is Virgin's buffet meets mall food court. And tucked in behind it is Gun Bay, the last restaurant on the ship, or eatery, as Virgin calls them. This is a great first night eatery if you're open to meeting other cruisers because they seat you at tables of 8 for a fun, interactive dinner. You'll also see the bike and balance studios up here, the tune-up where we go to get our Embarkation Day pedicures, by the way, and of course the pool deck. Finish up on 16 where you'll see the gym, the sports area, the famous net, which is not comfortable to lie on at all, by the way, but make sure you get that picture. It's so worth it. Sun Club Cafe is also up there, as well as Richard's Rooftop. Look above you, and the only things that you're going to see are the perch, which is an outdoor yoga area, and the jogging track. Little pro tip here, make your way up to that jogging track one evening and get a picture in front of the Virgin logo on the smokestack. It's an iconic shot that most people don't think of until after their cruise is done. Guess what? That's 3 hours, give or take. You got some great food in your belly. You signed up for the things that you want to do on the ship. You got your muster drill done like a pro. And now you know where to find everything on the ship. And guess what else? You're not quite done. Now it's time to wander back toward the pool on either the 15th or 16th decks and grab a glass of free bubbly, or 2 or 3. No one's going to judge you. If you boarded around 2:30 in the afternoon, it's now time for your sail away party. Spend a half hour, maybe 45 minutes up here. Enjoy the bubbly, enjoy the views, be social, meet the other sailors, and then head back to your cabin to get ready for your first dinner on board. Did I miss any pro moves that you like to do in the first few hours on board? Leave me a comment and let me know. And please do hit those like and subscribe buttons. Well, that's all about mastering your first 3 hours on Virgin, and that's my one Virgin topic for today. Do you have any questions? Are there any topics that you'd like to hear about? Leave me a message below. And until next time, ahoy, sailor.